The overpass and underpass would start ramping just east of Campbell. So this is Hawks, where the linear park is. Campbell is this one to the east. Overpass would start ramping up across the rail tracks. It would go over Raymer, over Glen, and kind of meet with and intersect with George and Vernon on Prior today, or Venables in this section. The underpass would also start ramping down at the same area. For the underpass, we could actually connect Raymer at an intersection, and so you could turn from the underpass onto Raymer on the south leg. The north leg would be a different configuration because of it's very detailed. Because of where the driveway access to Villa Cafe is, we would have to keep that at the current road elevation on Raymer. And then when it meets with Clark, we could retain that four-way intersection and continue the arterial on Venables to the east. So again, map of land impacts. I'll highlight some of the key benefits. It's reliable, connected grid street network. The spacing is relatively balanced. It's a direct east-west route. The majority of residents and businesses are still within that 5-minute walk to transit on Prior Venables. And it also avoids impact to the Cottonwood Community Gardens, Prada's Row businesses, the fire training and heavy urban search and rescue facility, the animal services facility, and also the National Works Yard. What's also unique about Prior Venables is that it is the shortest structure, but also you can combine that structure with the Adirondack Bikeway. So with the False Creek Flats Rail Corridor strategy, we were also looking at ways to grade separate Union Street, or the Adirondack Bikeway, and have that extra walking and cycling crossing across the tracks. It is on Union Street today in this area. It could also be on Prior Street, and it could be an overpass, and it could be an underpass. So it's not fully within the scope of what you're looking at. It's something that we'll do more work on once we know where the arterial route is. But on Prior, there's an opportunity to combine that structure into one. So rather than building two, there could be one. The differences between an underpass and overpass. An underpass is mostly considered more accessible for walking and cycling. Instead of ramping upwards, and clearing the tracks, which is about a distance of 9 to 10 meters, you're going down on a kind of a more gentle decline and only going down about 4 meters. It also creates less of a visual impact and noise from the roadway. So because the roadway is kind of depressed with more land uses on the side, noise and those impacts from the road would be lessened on the community, but the rail yards would still be exposed. With Prior, there's also impacts to the local industrial businesses that are on Venables, east of between Raymer all the way to Clark. And those, again, would be mitigated so that we can ensure business continuity. We care about keeping businesses whole, so we would have to look at how those could be mitigated. But the challenges of Prior is that it doesn't, residents continue to be separated from the park by an arterial, and yes, residents will still continue to live on an arterial road. It also impacts the northeast corner of Strathcona Park in this area, and there's lots of trees, and you'll hear more about that in the park presentation. So, in closing, I just want to give you some of my final thoughts. It was a lot of information that you heard about today, and that's why we have 8 days to look at this. We've been working on this for multiple years, and there's so many ways to think about it. There is the citywide context, how transportation impacts everybody going through the area, whether you're living there or not, or working there or not. There's all the different transportation modes. If you're thinking about walking there, biking through, taking the bus, driving, if it's an emergency vehicle or trucks. There's just so many lenses to put on this, so I really urge you to please think about all those factors, have those great discussions, and help us recommend a route that best meets the needs of the city, neighborhood, and region as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol, for walking us through all these pieces. And so one last time, a chance to digest with each other. Again, turn your seats outward from your table. Find somebody else to talk to. Maybe it's the same person, maybe it's somebody new. And you'll have about 5 minutes, and then we'll do the question asking.